What do you do? What do you do? Like that gotta be from SpongeBob or some shit. Oh man. Do I need to change my sound settings? Because I don't hear anything. I figured. So I'm really hoping that the sound comes out good this time. I'll turn it down in the volume mixer, but I genuinely don't know. Eggs juice? What y'all talking about? Oh no, I didn't want to. Oh my god! All right. Nah, bro, get me out of here. You're not gonna do that. Disable voice chat. I don't care about that. All right. Gonna try to do a quick little commentary while playing the game, but you know how that goes. I'm gonna be trying to talk about something while getting my fucking face bashed in. All right, here we go. Marvel Rivals gameplay. I'm talking about something. So let's see who people pick first of all. Oh no, I think like the thing, okay, yeah, nobody's gonna heal, I guess. The thing that I've been like thinking about the most, healer. You know, I'm not even gonna say that. It don't matter, bro. Everybody want to go DPS. We lose, we lose. I don't care. Um, love, man. That's what I've been thinking about a lot lately. You know, just the concept of it and how truly like not necessarily complicated it is per se, but you know, just what it is. And you know, I talk to my clients about, you know, concepts and stuff like that, yada yada yada, when we do small groups and whatnot. But you know, when they ask me about things like that, I give them a pretty straightforward answer on what I believe it is. Um, to be completely honest, the best way I could put it is like it's the highest regard. It's just a very high form of regard. Basically, like consideration. You know, like if you love somebody, you keep them in consideration at all times. You know, like with what you're doing. But like, there's obviously a conflict with that, right? Like, okay. There's obviously a conflict with that because at the end of the day, you want to do what makes you happy as well, right? So I guess like my thing with it that I struggle with is just like when people do certain things and I take those things like personally or you know where it's like I equate it to where like well there has to be a lack of love or at the very least a lack of consideration for me. Dog. Oh, I'm ass. Yeah, I'm ass. Anyways, you know, case in point, a person does something, um, you know, and it could be anything. I don't really have specifics at this exact moment, but you know, let's say you're dating somebody and they go out to a bar with a friend and they don't tell you. Like maybe it was a lapse of like judgment, maybe they forgot to tell you. And I mean, it's not the worst thing in the universe, right? But maybe you guys have like some type of strict or like understanding between one another. They're like, all right, like if you're going out or yada yada, just let me know because I want to make sure you're okay. I want to know where you are to be able to check on you, etc. Blah blah blah, all that. And let's say, you know, your partner or whoever, whatever, they don't tell you for whatever reason, you know, like for whatever reason, but you give them the benefit of the doubt, yada yada. I feel like where you know people struggle with that is like, all right, well, you didn't tell me, so that means you didn't love me. You know, like you don't love me because you didn't keep me in the highest regard in that situation. Like I obviously would have liked to have known that you were XYZ doing this, that, blah, blah, blah. Come on, Moon Knight. Fight back, bro. You know, whatever the situation is. But like for me, I don't know. I'm just at a point in my life where I don't want to say I don't care because I feel like that comes across a certain type of way. But it's like I don't know, with my spiritual journey and stuff like that, I'm tired of kind of like associating how I feel about myself with what people do towards me or what people do regarding me, if that makes sense. Like, you know, love works for yourself too. Like, are you keeping yourself in the highest regard? You know, like if I notice that somebody can't even do that for themselves, and that's just based on general conversations and whatnot, like I kind of don't really have any expectations for them to love me if they don't love themselves. And that's very subjective, obviously. Like, does a person not love themselves because, I don't know, they didn't go to the gym today or because they ate McDonald's when we all know it's not good for you? I mean, that's obviously an extreme view, but oh god. Trying to heal you, twin, but you ain't really. Come back, Cap. But like I said, I feel like that's a bit of a more extreme view for sure. Something that doesn't necessarily really give you the opportunity to really work through challenges with people. So, come on, y'all. So, like, I don't know. I'm just at a point where, like I said, I don't really want to associate how I feel about myself with what people do. Like, it don't help me. It don't benefit me. Like, I feel like if it gets to the point where you got to have that conversation with somebody, like, yo, I feel like you don't care about me or love me because of X, Y, D, this and that. Oh my God. It's like, I feel like you valid him for how you feel. Like, that's one thing that therapy and, educating myself has really helped me understand, like, being valid in how you feel. Get back, get back, get back, get back. Bro, if she keep doing, I don't understand her ult, dude. She does it for like 8 minutes. Buddy name is Zesty Cole. Yeah, you're zesty for sure, buddy. But anyways, my point being is like, like even if I'm dating somebody, right? And let's say before I got off work, I asked him to do something for me, or maybe I struggle with something and I'm like, hey, I need you to do this for me, and they don't. Again, like, would you consider it an extreme viewpoint to say that person doesn't love you? That's subjective. That's up to you to decide that. I'm just at a point where it's like I recognize like that humans are very flawed creatures, very flawed beings, But at the same time, like I just feel like if you're saying you love somebody, you care about somebody, you have a responsibility to that person to uphold that, Like if I had kids and I said I love them, but I don't, take care of them, I don't pay attention to them, I don't, what I mean? I don't address their needs when they actually need things. It's like, do I love them? No. Like, love isn't just a word or a feeling, it's an action. And I guess my biggest thing is when people don't, the action is not consistent with what they're saying. Uh, you know, like I guess that's my biggest problem with it. It's just when people's actions are not consistent with what they're saying. Like when I say I love somebody, I take care of them. I do whatever I can to make sure they're taken care of. Um, but it's like I don't necessarily feel as though I'm always getting that same energy back. And that's why I said I'm at a point in my life where I'm done kind of associating how I feel about myself with what people do to me. Because like what people do to me has nothing to do with me. Like unless I did something to catalyze their behavior, meaning like, case in point, you're with somebody, maybe they caught you texting another girl or another person of the opposite or same gender, whatever, it's 2026. And now they feel, a little less love because it's like, oh, well, why would you be talking to that person behind my back or whatever the situation is? It's like, if I were in that situation, I don't want to be at a point where I feel hurt. It's like people do what they do. You know what I mean? And if you love me or if you cared about me, you would have considered that before you made that action, before you did that, before you said what you said, before you proceeded to do whatever it was. I was not present. The thought of me or having me in the highest regard, as I said earlier, was not present. So for me, it's like I'm just at a point where that's how I recognize it. And that might be intense, but it's like I feel like that's the only thing that I can do to prevent myself from being hurt until I find people or find someone who, and I get it, you know, everybody's a one to one, but it's like, you know how you would like to be treated. You know how you would like people to take care of you and be mindful of you, your emotions and feelings and stuff like that. So it's like when you don't do that for other people, it just, you know, it's just really confusing. But I don't know. I mean, out of all of this, I feel like, you know, what's the general gist of what I'm saying? Love is just the highest regard, just keeping somebody in the highest regard, considering them at all points in time. Like you go out, you do something, you're considering that person. It's just that simple. You go out to a bar and you're in a relationship and somebody's like, hey, you want to dance. Uh, Unless you and your partner have an agreement that that's okay for you to do that, if you dance with that person, and your partner finds out, you can't be mad at them. You can't say, "Oh, you're just being overbearing." Oh, we didn't even dance like that. Like, no, we had an agreement. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm just at a point in my life where, like I said, I don't want to feel bad based on what other people do to me, and I guess it causes me to isolate and not want to talk to people and whatever. But I feel like at least I don't got to worry about feeling like shit because of what you did. You know. But that's really all I got. Um, yeah. Peace out.